Hi, welcome to Best Friends. I have several things that I need to tell you about for the coming holidays. One is that Santa Paws, picture your pet with Santa Paws. This is our 21st year to do this. And I don't even know how to think about that. It's just been such a great event for so many people in the community and their pets. And more for the people than the pets, but that's okay. The pets deal with it very well, really. That's going to be on a Saturday and Sunday this year. We had a lot of people that weren't comfortable with the toy drive going right past the shelter during their appointment day, and so we shifted it a week. And so the appointment pages are at the front desk. They are filling. And so if you want your pictures with Santa Paws, then you definitely need to give us a call and let us get you on the appointment calendar. And remember, it's both Saturday and Sunday. So those of you who work Saturday do have an option for Sunday. Another thing is gift certificates. There are a lot of people who really love giving a pet for Christmas. Sometimes, if you have given that a lot of thought, it can work. But sometimes you are much better off giving the people who are the recipients the equipment to care for the pet and giving them a gift certificate for the pet itself. Let them choose. Believe me, it's a decision you would not want someone else making for you, and we would prefer that you let the person who is living with the pet pick it out. So there is that. And then we also have Christmas cards this year. Our wonderful card collection are all original photographs of our shelter animals. And every time you purchase one, you also help the animals at the shelter. So those are 3 things to remember. Now, let's visit with some of our incredible kitty cats. This guy has the most remarkable color to him. I don't know if you can see it. He's what we would normally call a buff, but he has a silvery cast to his fur, and it's just really intriguing. He is an absolutely beautiful cat, and he has a beautiful personality, too. He was one of 3 who were originally named after the 3 Musketeers. This is Athos. I don't know how appropriate the name is. I doubt that he's all that true to the character. I have not seen him use a sword one single time. But he is a lovely guy. He's 8 months old. He's already been neutered, and he would be a terrific addition for any family. He's kind of confident in the sense that he really accepts attention and is curious, but he's not overbearing by any means. Yes, him's a cute boy. Yes, it is. This is also a little male. He came to us with a full load of parasites, and he was a little more subdued back then. And now, possessed might be a better word for him. Very active, very interested. Predatory might be another word you would want to use. But he is an absolutely fantastic little cat, and he will keep you entertained for hours and years. He has been all cleaned up and has gained weight and is just a beautiful little guy now. And any family would be fortunate to have him. If you have kids, I think this would be a good kitten for you because he is exceptionally outgoing and he is not likely to be frightened of anything. This is Willow. When Willow came to us, she was a disaster area. She had been out in the rain and cold, apparently for quite a while. And then she came to us, and we discovered under all of that muck and slime an absolutely beautiful cat. The eye color on this cat is just remarkable. Her eyes are as close as I've ever seen to being just white, but it's a color. She is fully sighted. She looks like a Turkish van. She has the same coloring, so there's a good possibility that there is some of that genetic structure to her. She has a wonderful personality. She's a very gentle cat, and it could be that she would fit better into a household that has more predictable routines than one that's extremely active. But truly, I think that this beautiful girl would be able to fit in anywhere. I just am astounded by the coloring. It is so unusual. And her fur is like milk. It's very, very thick and plush, short, so shedding isn't going to be, well, as obvious, but of course all cats shed. So this is also a female. You know, sometimes we get cats who are very offended at being in a shelter environment, and those are usually the ones that have come out of their own home. And then we get cats who are thrilled to be here, and this is one of those. She is a gentle, kind cat. The thing of it is that she was just thrilled to have 3 square meals a day, and she has come so far since we got her. She's a beautiful girl, has a great medium length coat and gorgeous coloring. She has kind of a cinnamon cast to her coat. Sometimes that's simply genetic, and sometimes it's because whatever she was eating prior to coming here wasn't as nutritious as it should have been, but it may just be a fact of coloring. On her, it looks incredibly beautiful. So whatever it is, it works for her. This little one came to us as a feral. As you can see, she isn't, but she was extremely defensive when she first came. Wanted nothing to do with people. After a while, she settled down and now has decided that humans are a good thing. Now, she's a perfectly wonderful cat, and not at all stressed by being here, which I find rather odd. But she is a beautiful pastel calico, and I think would fit in almost any home. This cat, though, because of her background, we would really recommend being an indoor cat, at least for a long period of time, so that she can acclimate herself. Sometimes cats who have come to us with that behavior problem are cats that are very fearful if anything changes in their environment. And of course, if you're an outdoor cat, that's almost impossible to control. She, I think, after a winter of being inside, would figure out what home was, But goodness, I would hate to see her revert to that previous behavior pattern because she was so terribly fearful. And now she's just so remarkably wonderful. She's just a great girl. This is another young man that came to us with a full complement of fleas and tapeworms and stuff that are all gone now. He is just a very calm, confident guy. He is extremely muscular. It's kind of like snuggling a cinder block with hair on it. And he has an exceptionally short coat, which is, I've found many people prefer that. It has to do with the shedding thing, which isn't exactly true, but it is less hair to pick up, that's true, since each hair is shorter. And he also has a remarkable color to him. It's just a silvery gray, very shiny, and he feels really good when you snuggle him because he's so solid. I hate it when I snuggle a cat and they're all pointy. I mean, not the cat's fault, obviously, but I don't like getting poked. And he is very rounded and solid. This is another one of our kitties that no one could touch when he came in, and things have changed completely. He purrs so loud that I can actually hear him from here. Of course, I can also feel him kind of rumbling, and he is very confident, just a very loving kitty that wants to be with people now. Totally different from what we had originally seen. We had thought that he was just going to have to be placed as a barn cat or something, because obviously he's going to be great at catching mice and that sort of thing, but we didn't think that he would like people much. And that changed rather radically. As you can see, he has decided that humans are his new best friend. He is just a great brown tabby. Has an odd stripe down his back that is a solid black stripe. It reminds me of a donkey, so I call him Donkey. This young lady is medium hair. Came to us in, again, we've had a run of this, rather bad condition. Again, an absolutely remarkable coat and color pattern. She is a dilute patch tabby, which means that she has tortoiseshell markings running through a tabby coat, and in this case it's the light blue cream colors, the charcoal gray and apricot and off-white, and absolutely beautiful cat. This is a very prissy girl. She would like to be able to sit on cushions all day, and while she probably doesn't need to drink cream, she is definitely what we would call a cushions and cream cat. She would be happy to keep you company while you do anything like sew or watch TV or read. She is not a high activity level kitty, and she is a wonderful, quiet, gentle companion. Yes, you're beautiful. Really beautiful. Mm-hmm. You'll notice the ears on this kitty. That's because it's not a kitty. This is a bunny. We have several bunnies in adoption right now. This is one that is a really big guy. Have considered whether he may have some Flemish Giant in there or not, and he might, but for the most part he's just a big perky bunny rabbit, a very friendly one, as you can see, but he's also very strong, and he doesn't care much for dogs, which I think any self-respecting bunny rabbit would not. However, I guess I do know some who do like dogs. This guy's okay with cats, though, although your cat may not be okay with him. Anyway, bunnies here at the shelter are $7. We can give you information about spay and neuter. We don't spay or neuter our bunnies as a course of adoption. However, there are some particularly wonderful vets in the community that can help you with the spay or neuter at an excellent price. And you know, that thing about breeding like bunnies, it's really true. And the last thing any of us need in our home is to be overrun with bunnies. Although I guess maybe there are other things that could be worse. Yes, he's a very handsome lad. Oh. For those of you who had wanted a kitten and hadn't found one, although I can't imagine who you might be, we have, I believe, 9 kittens in adoption right now. We have well over 150 cats in shelter, but over 50 of those are in foster care right now. And the ones that are available for adoption you have seen today. There are more that we haven't showed to you. And remember that the cat that you see on TV today may actually already be adopted by the time you see it. But please come, because you may find something that you really have longed for all this time and just hadn't seen it yet. So come visit the kitties. Now we're going to go to our adoption area and visit the dogs. Hi, we're here in our dog adoption area. I'd like for you to meet Harry. Harry is neutered. Harry is, as you can see, a golden retriever. Sit. That was a burp. I said sit. Oh, good dog. Ow. Harry's a little mouthy. Yes, you are. We'll do that differently this time. Harry was adopted from us, but he was brought back because he chews things. That goes with being mouthy. He was left all day in a room with nothing in it, though, and did not eat the doors or the walls or the floor, and so I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. He may have some separation anxiety, but then again, some of it is the way you do things. As you see, you know, how I offered him that treat without giving him the opportunity to take my hand. That works really well. And Harry has a very good attention span when you have food in your hand. But then again, he really wants to be around people anyway. He is a handsome, very loving dog. He's just a nice guy. He seems to prefer being outdoors. I think that as long as humans are in the equation, he would want to be indoors with them, though. He does fine with other dogs. And I think he's just an all-round great guy. Needs a lot of exercise, but then again, he is a golden retriever, and we expect that. So there's a little bit of bad stuff, but an awful lot of good stuff. And I think he'd make a terrific family pet. This is a little 8-month-old female. We're not really too sure what she is. We put down lab mix because that's always a good bet. Chances are very good that she does have lab in there somewhere. She's got this wonderful silvery coat, though. It's really beautiful and just great to touch. But we're not real sure what's going on with the rest of it. As you can see, she is very bright. She's very attentive. She loves people. You saw Harry. This is Harry's kennel mate, and they get along together very well. She's got a vast amount of energy. She's going to need a fence, but just probably is not going to make a great apartment dog or something like that. She has way too much energy for that. But she is short-coated, so she's going to have to be either indoor or have excellent protection from the elements. And I just really like this dog. One of the things I love about her is how attentive she is. So you see how she's following that treat, and she is just absolutely focused on the treat and me, more the treat than me. But at the same time, this kind of dog, that's a good girl. There are your eyes. Yeah. This kind of attentiveness and intelligence is a joy to take through obedience. This would make a wonderful project dog. She is just a lovely girl and very easy care. You'll notice her coat. It's not short, but at the same time, it's very compact. It lies against her skin well, and it would shed dirt well. It wouldn't mat, and for the most part, that's a very good thing. I like easy care coats. Of course, that's why I've got corgis, which makes no sense at all. But this is just a very adaptable dog, adaptable to any situation. This is Lucy. Lucy is a schnauzer. Lucy is 3 years old. She's already spayed. We understand that she likes kids and cats and other dogs, all of which is almost remarkable in a terrier. She is a sweetheart of a little dog. She's really nervous right now because she just came to us this morning and she's not quite sure what to make of this new environment. I don't blame her. It's pretty scary when you've come from your own home and your own couch and you're in a kennel now with all those other dogs barking. But she is an absolutely wonderful find as a family pet. I really recommend this dog to you. She is a perfect apartment dog. She's a good dog for a small home. Schnauzers do require a surprising amount of exercise, but they don't have to have incredibly strenuous exercise. So a long walk a day ought to be enough for her. Since she is a little bit disoriented right now, I would be very careful about how I introduced her to a new household, but I can just about guarantee you that she's going to react better to a household than she is going to show you the personality here. She came in with a little friend that she's lived with for 3 years, and you will be able to meet her too. But Lucy is a dear. She's just a wonderful little girl, and she needs a home. Yours would probably do very well. You okay? Is it all right, Luce? Oh, okay. You want to go see Heather? This is Kimber. Kimber, as you can see, is a pit bull. She's an extraordinarily lovely pit bull. She was training to be a service dog, but her owner had to move on to base, and Joint Base Lewis McChord won't allow pit bulls in their living quarters, and so here she is. Anyway, Kimber is a female, obviously, and she has an absolutely extraordinarily wonderful disposition. I would say for a pit, but that would be wrong because it would be for any dog, not necessarily a pit. You know, the little schnauzer that I was just showing you and Kimber are both terriers, and you expect certain behaviors out of terriers. Sometimes those behaviors are more pronounced than others, but you expect prey drive, which means that you do have to give the dog some boundaries because they won't necessarily set their own. If they see something moving, they're going to go after it. What? There's something dripping. It just landed on Kimber. And she was a little startled, so that's what that was about. She is a nice, chunky, strong dog, just a sweetheart. Hey, Kimber, look. Can you see? Can you see? Can you sit? Oh, I know, that's where the drip was, wasn't it? Okay. She has a remarkably soft mouth. I don't know how she does around cats. I would expect that she does very well around children. That is something you would want to find out. So if you come to visit Kimber, make sure that you bring the kids because you want to make sure they get along well. If anything, Kimber is a little bit wary of people, but she is not at all fearful, and that's a good combination. She's a nice, confident dog. She has excellent attention. She's going to train beautifully, and you know, that kind of dog aggression that people often associate with pits, as long as it isn't another female dog in the household, probably is not going to be a problem. We see more gender aggression with pits than we do dog aggression, actually, and by the time we have evaluated a terrier type like this one for adoption, we've looked pretty carefully at whether they're going to be a problem in any setting. And she passed everything. Yes, she's a good girl. And that's what we do. We evaluate by behavior. We do not evaluate by breed, because you can have great or terrible dogs within any breed. And we want the great ones to go into our adoption area. So come meet Kimber. You do have to have a sturdy fence to adopt this dog, or I suppose she could be a totally indoor dog. She has a nice short coat and she has good manners, so that may be an obvious solution, but she's not to be allowed to run free. She is, after all, what she is. This is Goober. I don't know why his name is that. I think we could probably change it and nothing would be hurt by it. He is a Shepherd Lab mix, fairly obvious. He has an incredibly soft mouth. There's no way I would have attempted that with the Golden Retriever you saw earlier. I would lose my fingers. But he is wonderful. Goober is about 1.5 years old. He's a young dog. He is not neutered yet, but of course that is included in the adoption price, and we take care of it for you. He's a very handsome boy, a very gentle dog, and still has a good energy level. Very personable. He was left with us, we assume by his owner, with a note saying thank you for being there in our time of need. And we're happy to be here for Goober because he is a wonderful dog, and we really feel like he deserves a wonderful home. Of course, I guess all dogs do, but some of them are going to find a wonderful home a little more easily, and Goober is one of those because he has a terrific personality. He is very well mannered. He will take to training beautifully, and he has a very sweet sort of comic disposition, which is, I think, important in a dog. And you're going to eat my microphone? Okay, that would be all right. Yes, it would be just fine. Maybe you have some things you'd like to say. This is Rainy. Rainy is a golden retriever. She's 11 years old. It's kind of up there for a golden. She still has an awful lot of energy. Her awareness is very much intact. She is very responsive and gentle, and definitely needs a home for her golden years. She is just a lovely dog. She gets along well with other dogs. She gets along well with cats, with children. She is just a terrific choice as long as you're okay with an older dog. Yes. What a sweet girl you are. It was one of those victims of the economy, I think, because her owner had given her to someone at the time that they needed to leave, and the person that they gave her to was then unable to keep her, and brought her to us. But this is a dog that would make any family a proud dog-owning family. She's very sweet, very responsible, just a good girl. She certainly isn't an attack dog, but that's not why you get a dog anyway. A dog is to share your heart, because that's where you make the decision about getting a dog in the first place. And as long as the dog is going to benefit you, then wouldn't it make sense to also benefit the dog? And that's what would happen if you adopt Rainy. What a great Washington name for you. So remember the gift certificates. We have those here. If you're going to do some Christmas shopping, it would be great to include that in your gifting list. We also have Christmas cards that are pre-made, and we have Santa Paws coming up on the 10th and 11th. And that way you can make your own Christmas cards with a picture of your best friend on them, and you, for that matter. We welcome pets and people in our portraits, and we're looking forward to that. So we hope that your holiday season is wonderful and bright. Remember us if you're thinking about donations, and we hope to see you back next time.